Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I just wanted to do like a recap kind of 2020 and like talk about some of my New Year's resolutions and some of the stuff I went through in 2020 and like how I feel about it. Like I don't know, I just wanted to do like a sit down girl chat, talk about breakups and all of that kind of stuff. So I don't know where this video gonna go, but hopefully y'all get the gist of it. So 2020 for me overall, and it's crazy to say because people have had such an awful year in 2020, and like people lost their jobs, people just passed away, people have been sick and stuff. For me, 2020 was actually one of the best years of my life, only because if we weren't in the middle of a pandemic, I don't think things would have went the way that they have went. Like in the beginning of the year, I was in a relationship or whatever, and I ended up like so I ended up having to work from home and stuff. And working from home and being around somebody 24 hours a day, you realize if you really care about a person or really like being around a person when you're forced to be around them from sun up to sundown. Like, and you really realize that sometimes going to work, you miss out on finding out like how a person really is. Not saying that my relationship was bad or nothing like that, but like I feel like I wouldn't have realized it if I wasn't working from home or whatever. So anyway, that relationship ended, and then I ended up moving back home for a month because my apartment wasn't ready for like 30 days, and I left that situation like in April. So I ended up moving back with my mom, and I was still working from home. And y'all know in the beginning of the pandemic, we couldn't really so we couldn't really lash like that anyway. So it was perfect because I was lashing from home and I had extra room in my apartment with my ex-boyfriend, and that's where I was lashing from. So because I couldn't lash, it was fine that when I moved back home because there wasn't no space for me to lash back home anyway. So that's what I'm saying, like the pandemic kind of like really, I don't think things would have went the way that they went, because if we wasn't in a pandemic, I'm not even gonna lie, I probably would have stayed with my boyfriend because I was so trying to be focused on like building my clientele and stuff. I probably would have made myself suffer through it just to continue to run my business, because moving back home would have really delayed my business. But since I wasn't lashing anyway, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna move back home. So I moved back home for 30 days, and me and my parents, I don't know, like it's not that I don't get along with my parents, but it's just like when I don't live with my parents, that's when I get along with them. So if that makes sense, if anybody who live with their parents who got like a weird relationship with them understand what I'm saying. But like, yeah, so I moved back home with my parents. It was all right. I was working a lot. I was working from home, so I was doing a whole bunch of overtime. I was working like 12-hour shifts because I was trying to get my money up to move into my apartment and buy all my furniture and stuff. Because not even gonna lie, and I'm not even gonna hold you, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I had no money when I first left my ex-boyfriend. Like I was broke as shit. Like I really didn't have no money. I just knew that I didn't want to be in that situation no more. So I literally got up. Well, I literally called my mom the day that I wanted to leave, and I just told her that I wanted to come home. And she was like, all right, come on. And so I just packed all my stuff up and I left and I went home. I didn't have no money. I didn't know where I was going to live at. I didn't even apply for a new apartment or nothing. Like I just got up and left because it was just like, whatever. Like my whole thing is I don't care what's going on. I don't care if you didn't cheat on me, whatever. If I'm feeling disrespected, I don't like how I'm being handled, whatever. Like I don't know, if I don't like something, I'll just get up and leave. And that's just how I am, because for one, I don't have no kids, so I don't have no kids to think about. I just think about myself. So if I'm unhappy, then I need to leave. And if I'm telling you that I don't like something and it's continuing, then you don't got no respect for me. So it's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just leave, whatever. So I came up with my plan as I left, because for real, I didn't have no plan. I ain't had no money, I ain't had no plan. My clientele wasn't like that anyway, so I wasn't lashing. So I was just working. So I just did what I had to do. So I just left, worked, like while I was just working from home, and I just focused on that. I was like, all right, you gotta find an apartment, you gotta find somewhere to live, because I'm just, I don't know, I just felt like I was way past that point of like, because I just was past that point. So like I was saving my money and stuff like that. I was looking for an apartment. I was going through what I was going through with my ex, trying to like get all of that stuff figured out and stuff like that. And so yeah, so yeah, that was a mess or whatever. And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have never realized like what type of person I was dealing with if it wasn't for the pandemic. And it's like, I probably would have been blind to the fact. I probably would have been years and years in, because me and was together for like 2 years, but I probably would have been years and years in and not knowing that he's this type of person. So like, that really, like, I don't know. But me, I'm the type of person, I just want to leave. I don't want no mess. If you want to keep everything, you can. Like, I don't care. And so I just pretty much took the L on that whole situation. I didn't take nothing. Well, I did, but I gave it back. But yeah, so I just let him have everything. Let him have an apartment. I left and I went and I stayed with my parents. And then I finally found an apartment probably like a week later or whatever. I did it virtually because of the corona and everything. So I went back, looked at an apartment. I liked the apartment. I applied. I got approved. And yeah. So what I wanted was, I really wanted a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. But I got a 2-bedroom, 1-bath because I really wanted a beauty room. And I knew I was going to be lashing and stuff. So I got a 2-bedroom apartment. Moved. And it was so crazy because so everything that I wanted was happening, but I was still so sad. Like, I was about to quit my whole business, like my online site, taking clients, everything, because I was just so sad, because the breakup wasn't what was making me sad. It was the fact that how I was being treated throughout the breakup, like it was my fault. And so I started to feel like the breakup was my fault, because I'm just like, but it wasn't though. Girl, we got over that. The shit wasn't my fault. But I was feeling like it was my fault. So I was so mad. Like, I was so mad. I was so sad. And I was just like, I remember my brother calling me. He was like, what happened? And I'm just like, I lost. These niggas like got me. He kept everything. I lost. Like, I just kept saying I lost. And my brother was like, what the fuck? Like, how did you lose? Like, you got a nice car. You got a nice new apartment. You got a nice new job. Like, my brother was like, how the fuck did you lose? Like, I don't get it. Like, I was like, I don't know. I'm just so sad. This nigga think he better than me. So I was just like going through that. Yo, I was so dramatic, because now that I think about it, like, what the fuck am I? Anyway, so yeah, I went through that and I moved into my apartment. But like the first couple months, I moved into my apartment in June, I think. January, February, March, April, May, June, April, May. Yeah, because I left that situation the last day of April. Like, I moved my stuff out of my old apartment. Well, not move my, well, yeah, kind of move myself. So move myself out of my old apartment in April. And then I was in my mom's house the whole month of May. And then June, beginning of June is when I left to move into this apartment. So yeah, so when I first got here, the first couple of months, I was so sad. I would just cry all the time. I would just be like super sad. And like, what made me like get out of being super sad and depressed, and like, I remember telling India's my friend, but she also waxes and stuff. I remember telling her, like, I just wanted to quit because I just felt like nothing, like everything, like I just felt like so drained. That whole situation, like that whole breakup just drained me, and I just felt like nothing, like I wasn't good enough. Like, I just was feeling like down about, like, you know how you feel down about yourself, like a situation will make you feel less than, even though you're better than the situation. I think that's how I felt. So I was just like, yeah, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to lash no more. I don't want to do nothing. So I was just sad for like a couple of months. I was like crying. I was like wilding out. Like, just, it was just a mess. So yeah, I went through that. And then I started like being with my friends a lot more. Like, I started hanging out with my friends, like, because it was like the summertime. So I started hanging out with my friends, and we started going out and drinking and like turning up and stuff. Like, whenever I would feel sad and stuff, I would go to their house, and they was really there. Like, even when I was like living with my parents and stuff, I would go chill with them if I got tired of being home and stuff. So they really helped me get through it and stuff. And like, I don't know, one day I just woke up and I was just over it. Like, I just wasn't sad no more. I felt like myself again. Like, I felt like I could do whatever I want. Like, I got this great opportunity. I live by myself. I could do whatever I want. I could work as much as I want. I could make as much money as I want. And so that's what I did. I just started like lashing crazy. I just started building a bigger clientele, and I just started being myself again. Like, before my last relationship, my most important thing to me was bougie doll. Like, that was my most important thing. Like, I didn't worry about nothing else. All I did was work and worry about like how to make my business bigger. And I feel like that's how I am now. Like, that's all I care about. Like, I'm just a happier person. And it's crazy because when you think about the beginning of the story, like, I was so sad, and I was just like, I don't know why this is happening, why you doing this to me, like whatever. So yeah, I don't know, but I know I'm happy now, and like everything is great, and everything is like perfect, exactly how I want it to be. Like I made so much money during this pandemic. For like maybe the situation I was in was blocking my blessings, maybe, like I don't know, like because I can't imagine things turning out so much better for me than that situation. And I'm thinking to myself, because like when it was going on, you know, like when you go through something very dramatic, you always think like, did I make a mistake or did I mess up? But I'm thinking to myself, like, I ain't make no mistake, because I ain't do it. Like I didn't do it. Like if it was on me, like if the relationship was based on me, I would have still been in that I would have still been in that situation. But like I don't know if it's because I'm young or what, but like certain shit I just don't go for it. Like I don't know, like so I'll let stuff slide, but like once I'm like wrapped up with something, I just be like, whatever, it just wasn't meant to be, because it wouldn't have went like that. If it was meant to be, it wouldn't have went like that, and I wouldn't have got mishandled like that. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, so I don't know. So went through that shit was over, but now it's lit, and I just love it. Like I just love how my life is now. Like I love being by myself. I love living alone. I love like being in charge of my business. I love like everything that's going on. I'm just so happy. And I just can't believe it, because like I be crying about this all the time, because it's just like I really am so blessed, and I'm so happy, and I don't gotta worry about nothing. I don't gotta argue with nobody. I don't gotta stress about nothing. I don't have to worry about anything. All I have to do is worry about getting up, making sure I make my money, and making sure I pay my bills, and that's it. And like I just love that for me. Like I just love that for me. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about my 2020, and it was really crazy. But like I just wanted to make this video because like a lot of girls go through breakups and stuff, and like during the pandemic it feels real lonely, because it was like you can't really be around your friends like that. Like you can only do certain stuff. You couldn't really leave the house. So like when I was going through my breakup, I was really going through my breakup, because I had to sit in the fucking house and like work, sleep, and just cry. But I'm just like, I'm really thankful that happened though, because like I feel like I'm the woman that I always wanted to be. And you know, like I don't know, I just feel like God did what he had to do for that situation for me. And because I will always talk to God and like write it down in my notes and stuff, that I want to be this certain type of woman, and I want to have these certain type of things accomplished, and maybe I couldn't get those things done in the situation I was in. Because literally, like when I left that situation, everything got better for me. Like everything got better for me. Like I don't know, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about my breakup, my 2020, the pandemic, and I also want to talk about some of my new goals for 2021. So some of my new goals for 2021 is I just want to be happy. Like I'm happy right now, but I want to be happy, like free. I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be worried about the wrong thing. I don't want to be in bad relationships or nothing like that. Like I just want to be happy, and I just want to be the best girlfriend, the best woman, the best whatever, best businesswoman. Like I just want to be the better version of myself, and I feel like I'm almost there. And like financially, I met my goal last year, and I feel like my new financial goal is just to be super stable. Like I'm stable now, but like I just want to be able to do a couple other things, and that'll really solidify that I'm stable and I can take care of myself, and I can take care of a couple other people. Because my goal, I feel like I'm happy with how I am, like how everything is. Like if I could just live in my apartment, drive my car, do my clients and chill, like I'm happy with that. And that's what I'm doing. Like I'm really happy with how my life is. But the reason why I want to do a little bit more and expand a little bit more is just because I want to put my mom in a better situation. I want to put my brothers in a better situation. And I just want to, you know, I just want to help my family overall. Because me, I feel like I have to get it myself first, and then I can help other people. Like I really haven't been helping anybody, because I've been trying to get myself full so I could pour into other people. So that's really my goals for 2021, is just to be happy. And also I want to travel. I ain't never been nowhere. I never even been on a plane. That's very ghetto. That's hood rat shit. Like I've never been on a plane. I've never been nowhere, and I really just want to take a trip. I also want to start like getting into luxury stuff. I want to start treating myself to luxury stuff because I've never had like extra money or like a whole bunch of money, and now that I'm like in a better position, I feel like I deserve something nice. So yeah, so that's just some of the things. I don't want to tell all of my goals because like y'all know how people is. People be watching my videos and like watching me on social media, trying to see if I'm gonna give up the tea. And this is the most tea that y'all is getting. And the only reason why I'm talking about a breakup is because I know other girls go through breakups and sometimes I feel like you ain't gonna get out of it or you're never gonna get over it, but you do, and then you be alright. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video. And yeah, oh yeah, I also wanted to talk about like social media. Like, so somebody told me like, okay, so a big reason why I was like getting discouraged and I didn't want to do my business no more is because I'm looking at social media and all of these people seem like they doing so much, and like they young, everybody 20 something, 20, 21, 22, they making millions of dollars, their business is this and that, and I'm just, comparison is the thief of joy, okay? And what that means is every time you'll be happy with what you have, but then when you look at somebody else, it'll make you want what they have. Not jealousy, but it's just like, yo, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. So like, I had a big problem with like comparing my life to other people. And it's just because I'm in this beauty industry and like social media is such a big part of my business. So I'm always on it. So it's just like, yeah. But then recently somebody told me that sometimes we get movement confused with progress. And so getting movement confused with progress just means like you see somebody doing a bunch, but sometimes they're doing a bunch of nothing. And that's what social media is a lot of the time. People will be here, there, flying there, investment this, investment that, but they're not getting no money. They just spending money, running all over the place, hustling backwards. And that's all it did. Because for me, I stay what works for me. I go back to the basics if necessary. Like, I don't try to put too much on myself than I can handle. Like, I don't do a whole bunch of projects and stuff. I focus on one thing at a time. If I'm doing pop-up shops, I focus on doing my pop-up shops. If I'm doing sales on my website, I focus on doing sales on my website. If I'm doing something with my lash extensions and I'm doing like a special or something like that, I focus on that. I do one thing at a time because I'm one girl, so I only do one thing at a time when I'm like hustling with my business, and it works for me. Like, it works for me. I know how to make a steady income, and that's all that matters. And it's just like now I'm not so concerned with what everybody else is doing because anybody can make stuff look good. Me, I'm more concerned with actually having the money. I don't want to look like I'm doing a lot and I'm not getting no money from it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and it's a lot of that. And people always want to see, I want to show people the real. Like, I want to show you the real, like, of me not having no money, to me, like, getting it by myself, because all this is my shit. I built this brand, so it's just like, but thanks for watching this video, y'all. And I'm going to try to be more consistent this year with posting content and all that stuff. Yeah, so I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.